The Trojans of Soddy-Daisy visiting Ooltewah tonight to take on the Hurricanes. Thank you for tuning in for TSSAA basketball here on East Hamilton TV. I'm Gabriel Schrei, thrilled to have you along with us for this great matchup tonight. The Hurricanes have done very well to this point of the season. East Hamilton, 2 games in a row they've won entering tonight's contest against the Trojans. And Soddy-Daisy has also been very good this season. They are also on a 2-game winning streak. It's worth noting that Soddy-Daisy has played a very tough schedule. They've played 18 games already, and they have won 12 of them, 5-5 at home, 5-1 on the road. They're also 5-3 in district play. East Hamilton 5-2, and one of those losses for East Hamilton coming to the Trojans of Soddy-Daisy. It was one of the biggest losses of the year for them. They're 11-6, only a couple they've dropped. They lost by just 3 in the final minute on the road at Soddy-Daisy to begin the 2023 portion, the 2023 leg of this basketball season. Starting lineups being introduced on the floor right now. Let's get started with the starting lineups for the Hurricanes of East Hamilton. Getting the nod for the Canes, number 1, Mariah Staten. Number 10, Nia McGee. Number 12, Ariana Calhoun. Number 22, Noah Woodruff. And number 32, Italia Lebu. For the Trojans of Soddy-Daisy, getting the nod is number 3, Melody Crawley. Number 10, Alina Hall. Number 23, India Tremere. Number 24, Cam Varner. And number 35, Hannah Patterson. Introductions and starting lineups complete down on the hardwood. Both clubs making their way onto the floor. We're about to get underway. We appreciate you being with us for tonight's contest. Be sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. We appreciate all of your support for broadcasting at East Hamilton High School. For the tip, it's Tremere for the Trojans and Woodruff for the Hurricanes. Tremere wins this one back. Soddy-Daisy will work with the ball first. To the close side, examining the floor down in front of her. In a bit of trouble, the handoff. Now, down into the low paint, a battle 2-on-1, and she steps with the ball right there. Hannah Patterson, she's had a few big nights already this season. Going to take advantage of that foul, and she'll head to the charity stripe. Just 19 seconds gone in this contest. This one rattles all around, falls off the far side of the iron. Clangs off the back end and drops into the twine. 1-0. Patterson gets the scoring started here on the campus of East Hamilton. Now the Hurricanes to the offensive end of the floor. Woodruff with a give to McGee. McGee has a bit of space inside, and what a nice little ball there with some touch. That drops right in. Spoke to Kayla Burst before the game. She was excited about this one, but as I mentioned during the pregame, a must-win for the Hurricanes of East Hamilton. And the 3-ball for Hall from downtown. Gorgeous bucket right there, makes it 4-2. Just over 60 seconds off the clock here in period number 1. Looking inside. Lebu kicked it over to Woodruff. Now from beyond the arc, that one won't drop for McGee. McGee had a good look, let that one fly, just couldn't find twine. Varner to the close side of the floor, it's Hall. Centered up to Patterson. Passing it down into the low post off the glass. This one regathered and dropped in. A second chance bucket for Tremere. Jada Tremere opens the scoring for her night. It's 6-2. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in period number 1. Hurricanes want to answer quickly. This one takes a big high bounce. Now a lot of space for the Trojans. One-on-one chance off the glass. That'll drop in. Varnar gets onto the stat sheet. Her first 2 points of the evening. It makes it a 6-point lead for the Trojans. And again, they won by just a margin of 3 at home up in Soddy-Daisy. Tipped, nearly intercepted, ball is loose. 2-on-1 chance, pass back door off the glass, and that'll go. Hall has 5 points, and it's 10-2, an 8-point advantage for the Trojans as the Hurricanes of East Hamilton will go ahead and take a timeout. That's where we stand here on East Hamilton TV. Don't go anywhere. More in just a moment. Athletes back onto the floor. East Hamilton to the offensive end. 2.5 minutes already gone here in period number 1, an 8-point differential. Hurricanes took a timeout, tried to slow things down, get back in their groove here. Woodruff from just outside the low post. This one tipped twice and finds its way over the baseline. The inbound, East Hamilton up along the arc. A give, and this one rattled up and off of the glass. Long feed for Soddy-Daisy. Trojans, Patterson centers this up. Comes right back to her. She wants to drive. LeBeau there defensively. LeBeau was a huge presence over the weekend. We were here on Friday night as she gets in the way there, but is hit with a foul. She disagrees with the decision. Patterson will take it and heads to the line. LeBeau really coming into form. Talked to Coach Burse about her before the game. Looked fantastic. Had 8 points against Hamilton Heights. Hit her first career 3 at the high school level as well. Patterson gets one there. Patterson good for 2 now. Down inside, driving into the lane. One shot now, 2, and that'll drop. McGee up to 4 points on the evening. It also makes the tally an 8-point differential again, 12-4. Nearly halfway through period 1. Here we go on the fast break. This one released, takes a big high bounce and drops in for Hall. She's up to 7. For the response, East Hamilton, the running floater there for Staten, but the whistle before she gets the shot off. Dayton long feed here. Finds Calhoun. McGee looking for some space, battling this to the outside from the arc off the mark. And unable to keep it alive, it'll go back to the Trojans. Pass down inside, and Patterson gets this one to go off of the glass. She's up to 4 points. It also makes it 16-4. 12-point ball game. The lead was Soddy-Daisy. McGee from the mid-post. Absolutely trucking her way down inside, and now the foul on the other end of the paint. That'll send Woodruff to the line. 3:17 left to go in period one. Trojans along the arc, pass to the close side. Now the feed to Patterson. She kicks it back up top. Letting the three ball fly, it won't go. Calhoun, outlet pass up the floor to McGee. A response from the arc, and this one no good either. Coach calling in the play here. Soddy-Daisy taking their time on the offensive end. 2:20 left to go in this first frame. 9-point ball game. Trojans wanted to extend that lead double digits, unable to do so. This one boarded on the air ball. Maddox kicks it outside to the arc. Calhoun wants three. This one comes up just short for East Hamilton and the Hurricanes before skeetering out of play. Inbound coming here. Trojans coming up the floor with it. Outlet pass to Patterson. Patterson on the mid post. The spin move, that'll go off of the glass. Leaving the defender on skates. She's up to 6 points. It also means an 11-point lead for Soddy-Daisy High School. McGee takes it herself. Had the space, had the time, drops it in off of the glass. And so these two programs stay locked here. This differential going back and forth. Right now it's 9 points. Trojans creating space. There's the three ball. This one takes a big high bounce off the heel of the iron. Now the Hurricanes looking up the floor. Had a teammate wide open there, but couldn't hook up with Staten. Just overthrew the pass. 72 seconds left to go in this first period here on East Hamilton TV. The official is over at the scorer's table. Got a fill-in clock guy tonight. Doesn't usually do the clock here. Just volunteering. They're talking to him right now. The head ref there is a builder during the day. Came over and was straightening up that scorer's table while I was down there checking on the starters. Said he couldn't stand to see it aloof. And so a tech against the Trojans and Soddy-Daisy has sent McGee to the line. As the other players will retreat back to the half-court stripe. She hits her first. 7 points for McGee now. 8-point ball game. Second one will go as well. Lots to say about these two ball clubs. Let's talk about the scoring habits of the Trojans of Soddy-Daisy. They have scored 967 points this season to the 797 of East Hamilton and the Hurricanes. The Trojans have been good for 54 points per game to this point on the season. That's a clip that East Hamilton is going to need to keep up with here tonight if they want to win. Varnar leading the charge up the floor for the Trojans. Looking both ways. Has some space to Crawley. Patterson with it. On the high post, kicked outside. 3-ball, that'll go. Gorgeous bucket right there from downtown. 5 points for Cam Varnar. It makes it a 10-point ball game, 21-11. 30 seconds left to go in period one. Two quick handoffs for the Hurricanes here. McGee on the elbow. Passes it outside. The drive. Elaine and Patterson comes over the top, but she'll be hit with a foul there. And so Alexis Price to the charity stripe. Just under 24 seconds to go in period one. First one takes a big high bounce off the side of the iron. Patterson gets a change here. Coming onto the hardwood is Tremere. From the line, this one clatters all around and goes. Price is on the stat sheet, her first point of the night. 9-point ball game, just under 20 seconds left to go in this first period. The Trojans would love to dash one home. Here's the drive to the mid-post. Ball is lost momentarily. Soddy-Daisy able to keep it. Pass to the outside. She drives, and the ball comes off the side of the backboard, but the foul down there, and it looks like it's against Alexis Price. Varnar gets her first to go at the line. It extends the lead of Soddy-Daisy. Also extends her scoring total here tonight up to 6 points. Very impressive. 7. East Hamilton, 5 seconds. 3 seconds, firing from the arc, and this one comes off the top of the backboard. That'll do it for period number one. So after one frame of action, it's 23-12. The lead remains with Soddy-Daisy, and the Trojans don't go anywhere. More TSSAA hoops in a moment on East Hamilton TV. Hamilton TV. 23-12 going into the second period of action. The lead was Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans, and it's a key district matchup for these two programs here tonight. East Hamilton with possession to start this second period, fighting for the ball there along the elbow. They're able to keep it. Calhoun with it. Pass it away quickly, now back to McGee. McGee examining the floor in front of her here. I mentioned during the first period the Hurricanes have scored 797 points this season. That's good for 47 points per game, an impressive clip for them. But I also mentioned it's shy, 7 points more per game. The Trojans have scored at 54. 45 seconds gone in period one. Hall was directing traffic. She gives it off to Varnar. Here's the drive. Soddy-Daisy in trouble there. A big collision down along the far side. Maddox was posted up. And so she'll be hit with a block there, and Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans will benefit from it. Oh, it looks like they won't call the block. Instead, possession will remain with the Trojans. 60 seconds gone in period two. Soddy-Daisy, the drive. She had some space and gets it in off of the glass. A little kiss, and that one drops into the twine for Hall. She has 9 total points now. It's 25-12. McGee on the offensive end. Gave it to Calhoun, came right back to her. Price with it. Passed it over to Maddox. 2 quick gives. Now Maddox comes up short of the iron. Thought she was going to drop that one into the twine and just didn't have the touch she needed. Varnar, just beyond the arc, passes it away. Tremere gave it off to Hall. Back to the close end of the floor. 2 minutes gone in period two. It's 25-12. 13-point differential. Trojans holding that lead, and it's a commanding one at the moment. And right there, Varnar was walking it up along the timeline, and the foul against Staten. So Soddy will inbound again on the offensive end of the floor. Price standing up in the face of Crawley here. Crawley the inbound. A lot of contact there, and Maddox going to be at fault there, and another one. So Maddox will check out of the game. Crawley will inbound again. Coming in for Maddox here is Calhoun. Ariana Calhoun standing down on the elbow there. The inbound, it's Hall. Hall to the far end. The drive, lots of space, and a gorgeous little bucket for Varnar. She's up to 9 points. Scored for the team lead and game lead with Hall. McGee. Feeling the heat, double teamed for a moment. She picks up the orange. And there we go, the turnover back to Soddy-Daisy. And the bench loves that. It's right in front of them. They lead 27-12. It's a 15-point game. And a timeout down on the floor. Well, we'll keep it here. Had a chance to catch up and talk with head coach of East Hamilton Hurricanes Basketball Club, Kayla Burse, before this game, and great time talking with her. Always loved chatting with the coaches. Such great coaches here for these two ball clubs, and she's just back, took a leave of absence, adding a new member to the family. Young Mr. Crew is just 10 weeks old. He's at home right now with Grandma. Congratulations to Kayla and the whole family and crew. Welcome to Hurricane Nation. Love to see it. 2.5 gone here in period number 2. Just over 5 minutes from the halftime break. It's a 15-point ball game. Trojans walking this up the floor, yo-yoing this one. Here is Varnar. Pass inside to Patterson. Patterson loses this one, just squelched out of her grasp, and now the jump ball. So Varnar will inbound here. Crawley to her left. Patterson defended by McGee. Patterson has a lane, lets this one go, rolls around and circles off the far side. She gets the board, keeps it alive for the Trojans. Standing back on the edge of that hurricane on the center of the floor. Varnar takes it off the glass, this one off the mark. Patterson tries once, twice, wanted it a third time. Trojans get it back and the bucket will go. Tremere up to 4 points now in the evening. And she's 4th in scoring for Soddy-Daisy, who already has 29 points. They're averaging 54 per game. They're well on pace to best that mark. East Hamilton regathered the ball. 4:20 left to go in the first half, and the foul before McGee can get the shot off. Staten down along the baseline here. Couple of changes. Calhoun checks out. LeBeau comes in. Looks like Harding came onto the floor for the Trojans. Long ball here. This one off the mark. McGee along the elbow runs the spin move from the mid post. This one comes up short as well. Trojans, they'll run the floor offensively here. Varnar, defended by Staten, gives it off to Hall. That's Hall along the close side of the floor, walking it up towards the center. Pass to the far side, the drive, this one loose. Gathered up by LeBeau. Italia LeBeau, one-on-one with Patterson, tried to get it to go off of the glass, just overshot it. Took a big high arc along the backboard. Now LeBeau harassing Varnar, who has the ball, and she goes down hard near the center of the floor. Patterson gets a change here. Yothar coming in. And so with that contact, they're going to send Cam Varnar to the line. 3.5 left to go in the first half. It's 29-12. What a streak of uncontested scoring for Soddy-Daisy. They extend it there. 30-12 now. Varnar is already in double-digit scoring here tonight. She's up to 11 points. Got both on that trip to the charity stripe. McGee feeling the heat. Here's the three ball. This one comes up short. Skiffed off the glass. Unable to regather it there as there's a tussle for the ball just inside of the baseline. Trojans inbound. Harding gives it right back to Varnar. Cam Varnar driving towards the arc, passes it to the close end of Hall. Tipped and stolen by the Hurricanes. 1-on-2 chance, splits the difference. What a Euro step, just couldn't drop that one into the twine. Kept alive, Hurricanes gonna get another chance to work with the basketball. Down low, LeBeau kisses it off of the glass and that'll go. And I mentioned it already, she had 8 points against Hamilton Heights and the Hawks. That was on Friday. Now she's opened the lid on her scoring here tonight. That's her first bucket. 31-14. a big lead for the Trojans, and they'll turn it over right there. Ariana Calhoun getting this one underway, inbounding to Staten. 2:20 left in this first half of play. Swatted away by Harding. Saw that pass coming, got up, got a hand on it. Hurricanes will inbound again. Trailing by 17 here in the first half. Stolen by the Trojans, a one-on-one scoring chance. That one had too much juice on it. And now Price will step out of play as she fights for the ball. They'll call it a jump ball. Price and Yonther both had hands on it. Possession will go to the Canes. Price, quick outlet pass to the far side. It's McGee who's running the floor now. She's going to go ahead and let this one fly, boarded by Hall down low. Hall heavily defended by Calhoun here. Pumps the brakes, now the give to Yonther. Looking to pass this inside. Harding from beyond the arc. Wow, long ball there. Big high arc, just couldn't get it to drop. East Hamilton, usually a ball club that's stingy defensively. They've allowed 664 points to this point on the season through 18 games. That's 39 points per game. They've allowed 31, and we're not even done with the first half. Trojans are similarly stingy. They've allowed 939 this season. That's about 52 points per game. Here's the three ball. This one takes a sharp turn off the front of the iron. Hall with a couple of crosses, gives it off. Edmondson, defended by Calhoun. Having some trouble, gives it off to Harding. 66 seconds left to go in this first half. Hall with it. She wants the three, and it was a good-looking ball. Just not enough power behind her shot there. Had the touch, had the length. East Hamilton will get this one started slowly, rolling the ball across the baseline. Price bringing it up the floor. Quick outlet pass. To the far side, Hurricanes down into the lane. This one off the glass, won't go. Clattered all around, rolled off of the iron. Under 40 seconds to go here in this first half. 38.2 showing on the clock. Just had the East Hamilton campus resource officer come over to us and ask, is it still the first period? Still says it's the first period on the board here in the gymnasium, but we know better. Period number 2. Huge fan of our boys in blue here at East Hamilton High School, keeping our students and community safe. McGee drives down to the mid-post. This one swatted at loose towards the baseline, trying to keep it alive, and the whistle will sound. Boy, I thought LeBou got to that one in time, threw it back over her head, and just couldn't keep it alive. So Harding will inbound. Edmondson. 2 quick passes. Hall with it. Edmondson again. Defended by Staten. 11 seconds. Harding looking inside. 8 seconds. Gathered by Calhoun with 5. 3 seconds. McGee 2. 1 second. McGee fires from beyond the arc, and that one kisses off of the glass and goes wide left. So that'll do it for the first half of action here on East Hamilton TV, and Hurricanes trailing big going into the halftime break. It's 31-14. We'll be back with more in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back for this second half of play here on East Hamilton TV. Going into period number 3, it's 31-14. If you're just joining us, the Hurricanes of East Hamilton wearing white with green numbers. The Trojans of Soddy-Daisy wearing blue with gold numbers. Appreciate you tuning in for this TSSAA basketball matchup. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Well, it was all Trojans in those first 2 periods of action, and they're leading big time right now, 31-14. The Hurricanes have had some time to strategize. They're going to be looking to dig their way out of this hole they've been placed into here going into period 3. Lots of personnel changes throughout the course of this season. That's something that East Hamilton has been dealing with, some reshuffling, some changing of responsibilities, and some new players coming to life and starting to show some really great ability to score the basketball. Here's the drive, trying to hook this one in there. McGee couldn't get it to drop. It was wide left, scooped up by Calhoun, and she couldn't get a shot off either. So now the Trojans of Soddy-Daisy go back to work offensively. On the far end, Yother with it. Looking down inside, comes back to her here. Varnar. 60 seconds gone in period 3, gives it off. Patterson with it. Patterson to Hall. Back and forth go the Trojans, taking their time, looking for the best scoring chance. All back to Yother. Soddy-Daisy still not getting the space they want. Most players are eyeing Patterson, who's on the edge of the paint here, but LeBeau, just too much of a defensive presence. Patterson, heavily defended by LeBeau, passes it back outside. 3-ball will go from downtown Chattanooga. That's Crawley who splashes that one home, and she's on the stat sheet. Leading scorers up to this point in the contest for the Trojans with 11 points. It's Cam Varnar. Right behind her is Hall. She has 9. For East Hamilton and the Hurricanes, one scorer stands out. It's Nia McGee. She has 9 total points. Shot here was off the mark. 2 minutes gone in period 3. McGee will inbound from the baseline. Long ball back up beyond the arc. McGee with a little shimmy and shake, and now the orange comes loose and Skeeter's out of play. 34-14, a 20-point differential. East Hamilton looking to build some momentum here. They're also taking their time with the ball on the offensive end. Swatted away by Patterson. Hurricanes will maintain possession. Caleb Burse standing there along the sideline shouting out to the Hurricane athletes. Here's the inbound right back to McGee, and looking to break double digits scoring there. This one circles around and flies out. Long inbounding pass from just inside the three-point line. This one took a big high bounce off of the glass. McGee, second chance with it, and now a collision down low. Patterson standing in the low post. And so that'll send McGee to the charity stripe. 2 minutes, 21 seconds gone in period 3. It's 34-14. First one will go at the line. Second one takes an awkward bounce to the close side of the hardwood. Trojans pick it up, they'll get to work. Varnar in trouble, has it stolen away. Now a tussle for it, McGee feeds it over to LeBou. LeBou all alone, that'll go off of the glass. Italia LeBou up to 4 points on the evening now. East Hamilton cuts a little more into that lead of the Trojans. They're still up big though. Pass to the close side. Hall gets the three ball in response. An instant dagger right there. She's up to 12 points. Hall has just been electric tonight with the basketball. Hurricanes of East Hamilton taking back over with the ball. Clock is not running, stopped at 5:04. (37-17). 20-point ball game. McGee standing along the arc here. Down inside from the mid-post. She'll drop that one into the twine. Good bucket. She has such great vision down on the floor. She saw the space, knew what she had to do to keep it open, how to move down into the painted area to keep the defenders just far enough away to be able to get off that shot. Pulls off the play and gets the bucket. And so Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans have taken a timeout down on the floor, so we will as well. Just about halfway through this third period of action, 3.5 minutes gone. It's 37-19, Trojan lead. So Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans back onto the floor here offensively. Here come the Hurricanes to join them. Patterson will be inbounding. Trojans seeking to rise to 6-3 in district play. Hurricanes of East Hamilton also seeking their 6th win here tonight. They're 5-2 in district. Right now it's an 18-point ball game, 37-19. Just about halfway through this third frame. And now the foul going against the Trojans. Or rather the Hurricanes, excuse me, misspoke there. Inbounding pass will come from alongside the bench of Soddy-Daisy. The pump in the inbound. Varnar to the close side. Hall, good feed down low, and that'll go. A little kiss off of the glass. Tremere has 7 points now. That makes it a 20-point ball game again, and that bucket won't count. It has been all Soddy-Daisy here tonight. It feels like East Hamilton and the Hurricanes can't catch a break, and you can see it in the body language of Staten. Threw her hands up in disbelief, and hard not to sympathize with these athletes. Not a single bounce going their way all night long. Staten does get this one. McGee over towards the timeline. Price gives it off to Calhoun. She's directing the floor down in front of her. Back to Staten. Long ball, backside. McGee tried to work it down low. 2 quick passes along the arc. Staten wants to drive, has a lane, and now the foul. Mariah Staten thought she had the space she needed there, but the call comes as she's fouled by Hall down along the edge of the paint. So Staten will inbound. 3:40 left to go in period 3. Quick shot, and that one will drop into the twine for Alexis Price. Price up to 3 points on the evening now. One of 4 scorers for East Hamilton. Most of the points of the Hurricanes have come from Nia McGee, who has 11. Long ball down the floor. 2 Trojans right there. That'll go off the glass. Dropping in for Hall, who's up to 14, leading all scorers. 3:20 left in this third period. Canes want to respond. They still trail by 20. Seems like no matter what they do, they can't cut into the lead of Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans. This one from just inside the arc. Big high bounce. Nothing doing. McGee. A laser pass to the back door. That one goes. Gorgeous bucket for Italia LeBou. She's up to 6. And now the whistle again down there on the offensive end for East Hamilton. So Patterson will inbound with just under 3 minutes left to go here in period 3. Leading by 18, Soddy-Daisy just looking to keep things going the way they have. Came out of the halftime break. Yeah, the score clock operator here tonight is a volunteer. And so I think that's an automatic function of the scoring system down there. And he had nothing to do with that. The fans are not happy with him. It happens. Back underway after that's sorted out. 41-23. 18-point ball game. Varnar working with it. To the backside, comes right back to her. Kim Varnar, 11 points here this evening. You know, it seemed like East Hamilton came out with a little bit of a different strategy, maybe cleaned it up on the floor on the offensive end a little bit here coming into period 3. As this pass sails out of play and the ball will go back to the Canes. And it just seems like it's not enough. It seems like Soddy-Daisy has stuck to their game plan, stuck to their guns, and it is just working very well. And this is a team that East Hamilton lost to by just a couple of points only a few weeks ago. Well, whatever Soddy-Daisy has worked on or learned since then or seen in East Hamilton, clearly they jumped out to that early lead and they have stayed on the gas. 41-23. Looking to get back to that 20-point differential. Won't happen on this possession. Gathered up by Lebu. Lebu has help on the back door in the form of Price, who's double-teamed. Regathered by Italia. Up to the three-point line. Driving. McGee wants this one on the hook. Now an absolute war for the ball as Calhoun tears it away from Tremere, but the whistle will sound. That'll be inbounded by Patterson. Trojans with 93 seconds in period 3, back to the offensive end. Varnar run down by Calhoun right there in the whistle. Just a little too much contact. I think Varnar might have sold that when it pays off for her. She'll get the call. Tremere will inbound. Cam Varnar reading the floor down in front of her. Picked away. And here we go. Oh, all kinds of space. And the foul before she can take advantage. McGee. A lot of contact right there. Smart foul by Cam Varnar not to let McGee get away all alone with the ball on the offensive end. East Hamilton, 65 seconds left in period 3. They can take their time here. Wanting to drive, firing, this one will go. Nia McGee does not need time to plan as she's up to 13 points. 41-25, that deficit, the lowest it's been in a while, still very large going into this final frame. 40 seconds left in period 3. Tremere back to Hall. Hall to the far end. Crawley was looking for the 3 ball there, just didn't have enough space. Held onto it instead. Crawley inside to Patterson. Patterson on the entry had a great move and picks up the foul. She'll head to the line. "17 seconds left in period 3. "42-25, Patterson up to 7 points this evening now. 5 of them at the charity stripe. Patterson again, this one circles and comes off the close end. Price, 12 seconds, reading the floor in front of her. 8 seconds, pass to Maddox. 6 seconds, Maddox back up top. 4, the drive, the spin, firing, and time will expire here on the campus of East Hamilton High School. So we'll head into the final frame of action. And the tally, it's all Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans, 42-25. Don't go anywhere. number 4 underway here on East Hamilton TV. 42-25, a big lead for the Trojans of Soddy-Daisy. They're back in a defensive shell right now as the first shot of this final period drops in. Woodruff got the bucket there. 30 seconds into this final period, she's up to 4 points. Wow, the long ball, and it's Crawley again. From the front stoop of Soddy-Daisy High School, that is a long one. It's 45-27. "34 seconds gone in period 3. We'll have the boys contest coming up next here on East Hamilton TV. Be sure to tune in for that. If you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast in any way, be sure to subscribe to East Hamilton TV. Support our student-led and student-produced broadcast here. These are the broadcasters of tomorrow. Very impressed with young Miss Mallory. She is directing by herself, something I've seen many college students not be able to do well into their career receiving their degree. She's doing it all, switching the cameras, running the score bug you see at the bottom of your screen, communicating with the other student here. East Hamilton back onto the floor, 40 seconds gone in this final period. They trail big, 45-27. McGee reading the floor in front of her. To Maddox. Maddox trying to split the difference between Patterson and Hall. She's in trouble. Picks it up. Over to Calhoun. Calhoun looking for a lane. The give to Woodruff. Woodruff tries the back door there. This one comes right back to her. Second chance, no good either. Patterson gathers it down in the low post. She got the board. Gave it off to Varner. And Varner, a little collision there with Maddox. Picking up another foul. So Calhoun will inbound for the Hurricanes of East Hamilton. Alexis Price running the floor here. 1 minute, 20 seconds gone in period 3. Maddox drives, passes it back end. Along the arc, East Hamilton. Calhoun the give to Price. To Woodruff. This one loose. Gathered by the Trojans. Now Varner with it. She'll hand it off to Patterson, who comes right back to her. Varner hits the brakes, surveying the space she has to work with. Tremere to Crawley. Crawley has hit a 3 from right there tonight. She's been electric from long range. Patterson in the low post. That one is perfect. And so the fans cheering there as the ball will go back to East Hamilton. Patterson hit with a foul there. She bullied her way down into the low post. Just over 2 minutes gone here in period number 4. 45-27, Trojan lead. Here comes the Canes. LeBoux, the give. This one goes off the glass for Price. And so she'll have a shot at the old-fashioned 3. And another tech against the Trojans. They had one in that first period of action late. Price has 3 points already tonight. She'll get her second. Price up to 4 points. This one rattles all around, falls off the far end. Initially, they did not give her the bucket that she had scored down on the close end of the hardwood. They've just added it to the scoreboard up on the wall here, and so that means she's good for 6 points here tonight. It also means the lead of the Trojans has been cut to 15, the lowest in quite some time. Hurricanes would still need to put together more or less a miracle at this stage in the game to stage a comeback. Pass sails out of play for the Trojans. Hurricanes get it back. Walking it up the floor is Price. Price surveying what's laid out in front of her. To the close end to Woodruff. Woodruff the handoff to McGee. McGee to Calhoun. 3 minutes gone in period 4. East Hamilton, it's Price. Price has it tipped. Tremere wanted the steal, and it's somehow regathered by McGee. She's being harassed on her way inside. This one tipped up and loose. Hurricanes get it back from just inside the arc. This one won't go. Regathered, LeBeau. Wide open Woodruff, that'll go. Noah Woodruff good for 6 points here this evening. Beautiful ball right there. 3.5 gone in period 4. Trojans are very content to burn some clock here, and they'll take a timeout. And so it's 45-32 with 4.5 left in the ball game. The lead was Soddy-Daisy and the Trojans. And so to get back in this one, East Hamilton's Hurricanes in half of a period would need to score half of their total for the contest. Looking pretty unlikely, but there's a chance. And they've had a good run here the last couple of minutes. Woodruff hitting that wide open bomb. Price benefiting from the technical foul, and now the Trojans taking a timeout, which I'm certain East Hamilton is happy to try and capitalize on. Soddy looking to pin this one up, if you will. Wrap it up, get out of here unscathed. And a big win, something they probably didn't expect coming down here to Ooltewah after winning by just 3 at home. Soddy looking to extend their winning streak to 3. Canes looking to preserve a 2-game winning streak. Trojans to the offensive end, a lot of space to work with. Hall run off defensively. 4:20 left in the game now. Varner back to Hall. Heavily defended here. 2 quick feeds out around the arc. Halfway through this final frame, Tremere gave it off. Patterson defended by LeBeau. She's in trouble. The handoff to Hall, now back to Varner. Varner, entry pass, beautiful to Patterson, who has it blockered away by LeBeau. I'll tell you, LeBeau is just so talented at both ends of the floor. It's fun to watch her play basketball. You never know what's going to happen next to this bunch, and that's what makes it so much fun to watch them play. Both of these programs bring a lot of unpredictability to the hardwood. So Patterson fouled by LeBeau. She goes to the charity stripe. First one takes a big high bounce, skiffs off of the glass. It's no good. It remains 45-32. That's a 13-point differential. Patterson gets her second and makes it a 14-point game. That's also Patterson's 8th point here tonight. Calhoun passed it over to Staten. Now to the far end. Staten with it again. A give to Price. Time winding quickly. Calhoun takes a moment to breathe. To the close side, the 3 ball. This one comes up short. Had good touch on it, just couldn't drop that one in. Long ball, backside. This one is a beautiful ball coming off of the glass and dropping into the twine for Hall. Hall's up to 16 points here tonight. She has been a superstar for the Trojans. And so Hannah Patterson picks up her 4th foul here tonight. That'll send East Hamilton and the Hurricanes to the charity stripe. They're trailing by 16 with just under 3 minutes left to go here in period number 4. 2:56 showing on the clock. Clattering off the front of the iron, gathered there by Woodruff, and she tries to battle her way to the rack, looking for the layup. Fouled during the process of doing so. So East Hamilton back-to-back trips to the line. This one will go for Noah Woodruff. Makes it a 15-point ball game. Woodruff is up to 7 points. Second one will go as well. 8 points for Woodruff here. 14-point ball game. The inbound for the Trojans. Tremere, heavily defended. Now the foul. Defensively, the Hurricanes not too far off their regular pace. Typically, they allow about 39 points per game. They've allowed 50 now. Tremere, good for 9 points here tonight. It's 50-34. Hurricanes want to respond, and the board by Tremere. The whistle before she can pass it away. Calhoun hit with a foul. It's the team 5th. Nia McGee hangs back here on this one. Hall notices that. She'll come up the floor and greet her. Canes thought they had something there. The quick look. Price to the backside, and McGee comes up short. Boarded there by the Trojans. Varnar with it. 2:10 left to go in this final period. 16-point ball game. Under 2 to go. Trojans content to burn some clock here for sure. Foul down on the floor. This one being called against Woodruff and the Hurricanes. Her first. And so that'll send Hannah Patterson to the line with a chance to extend this 16-point lead. This one rims all around. 1:45 left. Hurricanes to the offensive end. Backdoor feed off the glass. This one drops in. Calhoun gets her first bucket. She had 11 on Friday against the Hawks. It makes it a 14-point ball game, 50-36. This one rattles all around. Patterson gets the board. Coming up next for the Hurricanes, they stay here at home. CW will be here in Ooltewah on Friday. Catch that one. Chris Goforth on the call. Red Bank comes to visit both the girls and boys program, starting with a 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip. led off by East Hamilton and the Hurricanes battling the Lions. Then on Tuesday, playing host to Eastridge and the Pioneers. That's a 6 p.m. tip as well. And next Friday, February 3rd, an away game, Chattanooga Central High School playing host to Purple Pounders, battling the Hurricane basketball programs. That one will be a lot of fun. Hall gets this one at the line, 90 seconds left to go. Hall has 17 points here tonight. What a performance. Be sure to stay tuned here on East Hamilton TV. We'll have the boys contest coming up next. It'll be a separate stream, so this one will end. Go to our YouTube channel and watch for it to pop up live in just a few minutes. Hurricanes looking for one final bucket here. It's 52-36. Long ball from three-point land for State, and McGee gets the board, now the foul. Coming up next for the Trojans, SCHS up in Dunlap. They come to visit Soddy-Daisy, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip. That's on Thursday this week. Then they play host to the Lions of Red Bank, who will be here Friday, battling the Hurricanes. They'll be up in Soddy-Daisy, battling with the Trojans next Tuesday the 31st. And then Friday the 3rd, Eastridge of the Pioneers, who just played host to the Hurricanes, will play host to the Trojans. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip for this girls program. Ball is loose here late, 60 seconds left. Canes pick it up. Long ball for Calhoun, this one off the mark. Patterson will inbound. Feeding this one over to Varnar. About 30 seconds left to go in this one, 35 on the clock. 52-38 Trojans. I think they're going to see how much they can burn up right here. Harding passes on a wide open three, giving it over to Varnar. Back to Hall. Harding again with it, and the bench starts to cheer. Trojans can sense the end is near. Five seconds left to go. Harding will just dribble the clock away. Trojans and the Hurricanes, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from the campus of East Hamilton High School. The final score, a victory for the Trojans, 52-38. All games and events airing on East Hamilton TV are streamed live and archived on the YouTube app. This has been a presentation of East Hamilton High School.